Hello everybody and welcome back to Dollar Tree Dinners. Today is Fake Out Friday where we make restaurant inspired meals at home. And I am going to show you one that we have been eating on repeat ever since I discovered it. We're making Chick-Fil-A at home, but the easy way. So when I started this Fake Out Friday series, I was gonna do a Chick-fil-A episode, but I was at the grocery store and, following my own rules of only oil, salt, and pepper, everything else must be budgeted in. I was looking at the price of chicken and all of the other ingredients, and I was like, this is not realistic. The determination that I came to was it was not very budget friendly, and I knew it was gonna take a lot of time to make it, and when I want a fast food dupe, I want it to be as fast as getting the fast food. Like the same amount of time that it would take me to leave my house, go through the drive-thru, get the food, and come back. That's how quick I want it to be. So I meandered over to the freezer section and I saw these Banquet Mega Fillets. They had a spicy version and a regular version, and these were $6 for 6 patties. I was like, let's give them a try. And we have been hooked on them ever since. They are so cheap and so easy. So this is one of the ways that we're making this realistic. Again, factoring in the time that it takes to make it from scratch, all of the ingredients that you need to make it from scratch. This is under $6. I can't even buy chicken at the grocery store for under $6. So I really like this. I think it's affordable. I think it's practical. We're not cooking it from scratch. There are plenty of other channels that show you how to do this. I'm showing you how, even with buying prepared ingredients, you can still make Chick-fil-A cheaper at home. There are a couple of things that I recommend that I think make a huge difference in making this Chick-fil-A at home feel like the real deal. And the first is maybe a little obvious, but I actually do like to buy the Chick-fil-A brand Chick-fil-A sauce whenever possible. And if you don't want to do that, I totally understand. There are a lot of recipes that show you how to make this online. And I've tried a lot of them and they are fairly close, but whenever possible, I just buy the sauce. It's like $3.50. I can't buy mayonnaise, barbecue sauce, 2 different types of mustard, and honey for under $3.50. So to me, it's worth just going ahead and getting the brand name stuff. I think Chick-fil-A offers a few different cheese options for their chicken sandwich. I personally really like pepper jack, but Michael really likes American. And if you're gonna go the American route, I do recommend getting the name brand stuff. It melts better, it tastes better, it's not that much more expensive. And at the end of this video, I'll do a side-by-side cost comparison with all of the ingredients versus Chick-fil-A and show you just how much cheaper this is, even with buying some pricier ingredients like the cheese. I think the other thing that makes this feel a little bit more special is getting the right kind of fries. So I just buy the prepared frozen waffle cut fries, and I like to replicate the combo experience at home. Now the other part of this is that we're replicating fast food at home, so I do recommend frying it if possible, but both the chicken fillets and the waffle fries can be baked in the oven or air fried. I've been frying them, and typically I don't count the cost of oil, salt, and pepper. In this instance, I will count the cost of oil since we're using a significant amount of it. But in a previous video, I talked about how I clean and reuse my oil several times. As you can see, this is a fresh bottle. The oil that's currently on my stovetop is on its way out, but I've used it like 4 or 5 times so far and it's still holding up just fine. So let me show you how to easily make your own Chick-fil-A at home, and then we'll do a price comparison to the real deal. So first of all, the oil, this is just plain vegetable oil. I fried some potatoes earlier today, so that's why it's already in my pot and ready to go. And I'm gonna preheat that over like medium-high heat. You want this to be fairly hot, but not to the point where it's smoking. So I've been making these so frequently that I kind of have the process down to a science. This bag will tell you that it has 8 servings in it. I don't buy that. I think it's closer to 4 when you compare it to the size of a combo at Chick-fil-A. But I've already gone ahead and put a fry in here to check for the oil temperature. And I'm only making enough for the 2 of us, so I'm only gonna be frying about half the bag of fries. Now, I like to let these go for about 5 minutes to get them really crispy. Normally you would hear me talk about things like doing a double fry. I don't really do it in this instance because the fries are already pre-fried before they're frozen. So this kind of is the double fry. And like always, I watch videos of how it's prepared at Chick-fil-A, and they don't double fry their fries. They just come frozen and they fry them once. After 5 minutes, remove them from the oil and set them on a rack or paper towel to drain. And then while they're hot, fresh out of the fryer, that's when I like to salt them. Toss them in a little salt, give them a little toss. They're gonna be a little hot at this point, but you really want them to be hot so that the salt sticks to them. And tossing them helps to distribute the salt evenly so you don't have big salty spots. I like to make sure they stay hot while I'm frying the sandwich patties, so I'm gonna stick them in a low temperature oven. I have mine set to around 300 degrees. And next we're gonna go in with our sandwich patties. These are again frozen, straight out of the freezer. And just drop them in the oil. I'm only doing 2 today, and I do 3 minutes on the first side. Then after 3 minutes, I like to use a pair of tongs and flip the patties and let them fry on the opposite side for an additional 2 minutes. And same as with the fries, when you take them out of the oil, let them drip a little bit. Transfer them to a wire rack or paper towels to drain. And then while they're hot, fresh out of the fryer, that's when I like to add the cheese. Slice of whatever cheese you want. I'm doing American. We've got a toasted bun, and to that I'm gonna add a couple of pieces of lettuce. When I buy a head of lettuce, I just pick off some of the leafy green bits from the outside, and then I shred up the rest for tacos or burritos or whatever. Followed by our chicken patty with cheese, a slice of tomato. This is quite a large tomato. It's one of those beefsteak ones. And a few pickles. I do about 4. And then of course we can't forget the good old sauce on top. Chick-fil-A sauce. And of course we can't forget our waffle fries as our side.
Fried fries, it makes all the difference.
Does make all the difference. All right, so Michael, come here. You're not on camera. Come here. So what do you think of my Chick-fil-A?
I think it's like on point and it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had this so many times so far.
There you go. You're welcome. So I feel like the only thing to kind of know about these banquet patties compared to Chick-fil-A is that the banquet patties are a formed chicken patty, meaning that like they're kind of ground chicken that's formed into a patty, and Chick-fil-A's is not. So there's a little bit of a difference there, but otherwise they are so on point and they're so cheap that it's not even worth kind of mentioning the difference, but I do want to mention the difference. That's what it looks like on the inside. So we've got a really meaty patty. I absolutely love these. They're my new obsession food. So now let's do a side-by-side price comparison of our DIY Chick-fil-A combo at home versus how much it will cost you at the actual Chick-fil-A. I use the full package cost of each ingredient, not just a per serving estimate, because that's what you actually have to spend if you're starting from nothing. So even if you only use 1 slice of tomato, you still have to buy the whole tomato, right? And since the chicken patties come in a 6-pack, I'm comparing it to buying 6 full Chick-fil-A combos, just to keep it apples to apples. And just for fun, I'm also breaking it down per serving to compare what one combo costs at home versus picking it up at Chick-fil-A. And spoiler, it's quite the difference. So first we have a package of hamburger buns. These were $1.46 for an 8-pack, making them 18 cents each. Then we have our chicken patties. These were $5.96 for a 6-pack, making them 99 cents each. A pack of cheese, this was $3.86 for 16 slices, so 24 cents a slice. Lettuce, $1.87 for the whole head of lettuce. I prorated it to about 31 cents per sandwich. I feel like that's a pretty high estimate. Tomato was $1.43 for one large slicing tomato. I broke it down to about 23 cents per sandwich. A jar of pickles can run you upwards of around $2.58, so about 8 cents per sandwich. And the Chick-Fil-A sauce is $3.47, so 43 cents per sandwich. And then the fries are $2.97 a bag. For the 6 combo comparison, I'm comparing the cost of 2 bags of fries, because again, these have about 4 servings per bag, but it comes out to about 74 cents per serving per combo. And lastly, we can factor in the oil. It was $3.97, and again, you can clean and reuse your oil several times. So the total upfront cost for all of the ingredients was $30.54, and we can compare that to 6 full combos at Chick-fil-A, which total $69.30. So it is 55% cheaper to make it at home, even with these easy swaps. Now, if we're comparing just the price of one combo, not including the oil, that is $3.20 per combo compared to $11.55 per combo at Chick-fil-A. So you guys can see why this is my current obsession meal. It's super cheap to make at home. It is delicious. Michael gives this one a 10 out of 10. We absolutely love it. We haven't gotten sick of it yet, even though we've had it 5 or 6 times in the last month. So yeah, it is delicious. It is absolutely delicious. If you see those banquet patties, do not hesitate to pick them up. They are fantastic. They are so cheap. But I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and I will see you again soon.